Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are back with Marvel Rivals. We have a shit ton to get through. There's so much going on in Marvel Rivals, and you will not believe the second half of season 1 is going to have major adjustments to every single character. So the meta currently is going to change. The likes of Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Luna Snow, all of these characters are getting a massive change, and it's all characters across all playstyles are really going to have to be revamped. So you're going to have to readjust all these characters. We are going to break it down in this video, and this is going to be the longest video of Marvel Rivals we've done on this channel. But I just want to say, guys, if you are new or a returning viewer, hit the like, hit the sub, get involved in the channel. I really do appreciate all the support we're currently getting, all the new subscribers, and it's just really helping on this road to monetization. And I want to bring you the best and most current information on Marvel Rivals that I can. So just let me know down in the comments what you want to see from the channel. Let's get into it. So what we do get is, dear players, the second act of season 1 is coming, and the final battle between the heroes and the Undead Legion is about to begin. At this exciting moment, we have decided to make some improvements to the skill effects of some heroes. It should be noted that starting from season 2, which I said the second half of season 1, in addition to the adjustment of the hero values, we'll also make overall adjustments to the teamwork abilities. The following are the details to be adjusted. So we'll look at Venom, the first one. This is obviously going to be the Vanguard, so we're going to increase the threat after entering the battlefield and reduce the energy required for the ultimate skill. After the Phantasm hit, the knockback direction of the enemies is adjusted from the vertical knockback to inward knockback, and the inward knockback is angled at 75 degrees. The energy required for the Gluttonous Feast ultimate skill is adjusted from 2800 and reduced to 2500, so that's the rate that you'll get the ultimate at. Then we move on to Captain America, a big one here. Improve the survivability during the continuous combat, optimize the feel when using the Vibranium energy shield, and reduce the energy required for the ultimate skill. Added the ability to use absolute will for defense during jump. The projectile speed of the Vibranium shield is increased from 60 milliseconds to 80 milliseconds, and the ejection speed after hitting is increased from 100 milliseconds to 150. The energy required for the free call ultimate skill is adjusted from 3100 to 2800, so a decrease for that. And optimizing Captain America's combat experience, split the shield slam and melee attack, and now Captain America can use the melee attack and the flying shield state and the linked state to active the first two attacks of the shield slam at the same time. When in suspended state, Captain America's melee attack will no longer trigger the God of War skill. So an absolute huge change in Captain America. The ultimate requires a little bit less as well. We move on to Thor, where they optimize his feel after using Rune Awakening, remove the public cooldown after Rune Awakening skill duration ends. Big change for Thor. And Groot gets a massive change. Increase Groot's threatening combat range. The maximum distance of the Thornwall selection point is increased to 15 meters to 18 meters. And Magneto gets a big change as well, which I was happy to see. So Magneto slightly reduces the survivability and slightly increases the offense ability. The projectile damage and the magnetic ball is increased from 35 to 40. The energy consumption per second during the duration of the electromagnetic iron core is increased from 50 to 65, and the maximum duration is reduced by half a second. So the Vanguards have got a huge change, but I will just have to say Doctor Strange got a little bit of a nerf as well. But it's great to see Thor getting a boost, that kind of cooldown delay going to be going. Groot getting a great boost as well. Magneto definitely needed a boost as well. So Vanguards are going to have a big change up, as we've seen already, and we are going to finish off with the rest of the Vanguards, which is going to be Doctor Strange, and we're going to move into the Duelist, and you will not believe what the Duelists are getting changed for. So Doctor Strange slightly reduces the Doctor Strange survivability and the base health from 600 to 650, which I think is needed. But Iron Fist, oh my god, improved the Lin Lee's sustainability combat capability, provides new functionality for the Sun Punch and gives Lin Lee more battlefield gameplay options. Jet Kun Dot's 4th, 2nd and 5th attack damage reduces from 32 to 30. The 3rd and 4th damages reduces from 16 to 15, and the 6th damage reduces from that 55 to 50. The cooldown time for each hit to reduce the combo attack increase from 1 second to 1.5, and the damage of each hit of the Sun The Sun Punch decreased from 19 to 10, including the state of controlling the air and riding the dragon. Each hit of the Sun Punch is added with 1.7 of the opponent's maximum HP, including the state of controlling the air and riding the dragon. The upper limit of the additional HP, boy, I'm not pronouncing that, is increased by 50 to 150, and the additional HP decay mechanism is added. After 1 second after the skill ends, the additional HP will decay and the rate of 25 seconds. The maximum value of the additional HP converted from the block damage of the combo attack is adjusted from 150 to 200. Base health is increased from 250 to 300. Absolutely a complete overhaul for Iron Fist. Now hopefully I got all that out, but feel free to pause at any stage if you are an Iron Fist player. Also, we move on to Mr. Fantastic. So improve Mr. Fantastic's ability to harness enemies and increase the threat of the ultimate skill. The radius of the spell field after landing the telescopic has been increased from 2.5 meters to 5. Telescopic now has new effects of knocking enemies into range outwards after landing. The single charge recovery time of telescopic has been increased from 8 seconds to 10. The spell field damage of intellectual overwhelm ultimate skill has been increased from 50 to 70, and the energy required to release has been increased from 2,800 to 3,400. Adding spell field damage will begin to decay at 3 meters, decay to maximum of 50 at 10 meters. And then we do have Iron Man as well, so huge for Mr. Fantastic. The ultimate's going to take a little bit longer as well, but Iron Man, the beam ray damage ability is normal state, and armor over limit state has been improved so that it can still deal considerable damage without relying on gamma or over limit, which is huge for Iron Man. The damage of the beam has been increased from 120 to 140. The damage of the cluster beam over armored has increased from 180 to 190. Absolutely big, huge buff for Iron Man, and if you go up against an Iron Man with a player who can really play him, he is an absolute menace, so it's going to get worse. We move on to Hawkeye. Increasing Hawkeye's survivability and threat in close combat, and increase the threat of Hawkeye's ultimate skill. Oh, it's going to be big. Base health increased from 250 to 275. Projectile damage of explosion arrows increased from 20 to 15. Decrease, and the spell field damage increased from 25 to 32. The skill cooldown time half moon / decrease from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. And during Falcon Vision Ultimate, the bow change speed is accelerated and increased. Multiplier is increased from 1.2 to 1.35. Now we also have Storm, which also got a boost previously, but Storm basically has a reduced the threat of enemies at a longer distance, reduces the aura benefits effect on oneself, and increases the aura benefits effect on teammates. Wind blade damage basically at 30 meters is reduced from 70 to 60%. The proportion of self-inflict damage in thunderstorm weather is reduced from 16 to 12. The proportion of teammates within the range is increased from 8 to 10%, and basically the strength of self-increased damage in the thunderstorm weather is changed as well. Star-Lord gets a big one as well. Increase the maximum distance Star-Lord can move and enhance mobility. The maximum skill energy of Rocket basically increases from 112 to 180. Scarlet Witch increases the survivability when releasing the ultimate skill. After activating Reality Eraser ultimate skill, added 100 extra health points to yourself after the skill ends or the skill is interrupted. The decay rate is 50, and basically Spider-Man slightly reduces the cooldown time of Spider Silk Shells, reducing Spider-Man's offensive window period. The charge time for Spider Silk Shells is reduced from 3 to 2.5 seconds, so more of a delay with Spider-Man, and that's one I was looking at as well. So you're gonna have to be a little bit more sneakier, although Spider-Man's the most sneakiest character in it, but there's going to be some adjustments to the Spider-Man character, so might change up the meta a little bit in that sense. But Moon Knight increases the enemy's reaction time when facing Khonshu's Fist, and optimizes the damage logic for Khonshu's Fist, reduces the falling speed of Khonshu's Fist, and correct the damage triggered logic of Khonshu's Fist. Remove the mechanism that originally caused 75 damage when in the center of the spell field, and adjust it to increase the damage of each Khonshu's Fist from 75 to 150. Jesus. Black Widow improves the combat capability and increases the threat from enemy after using the ultimate skill. And then there's a big change in Black Widow, but she's still a shit character anyway. We do have magic as well, which is Magic Swordsman. Basically, the bat reduces the damage ability and slightly reduces energy required to release the ultimate. The basic damage of Magic Sword Slash is adjusted from 45 to 50. The damage caused by Demon Fury is adjusted from 80 seconds to 72. The energy required to release the darkness, the ultimate ability, is 3-7 to 3-4. And then Hela gets a big change, improves Hela suspension ability when facing medium to long range enemies. The damage ratio of Soul Drinker at 30 meters is increased to 70 to 80%. Absolutely huge. Then we have Adam Warlock, increase the damage ability and slightly increases the healing ability after opening Soul Symbiosis. The damage of Quantum Magic is increased from 55 to 60, and the damage at 40 meters is increased from 50% to 60%. The amount of healing provided by Soul Symbiosis is linked heroes is increased by 10 seconds to 15. Then we have huge Cloak and Several Heads, so increase the survivability during the release of the ultimate skill and reduces the release of the ultimate skill. The frequency of the ultimate skill, the duration of the ultimate skill, and the strength of the ultimate skill. The threat of cloak state to enemies is increased. The energy required to release Light and Shadow ultimate skill is increased from 3,400 to 4,000. The duration of a single segment of Light and Shadow is reduced from 10 seconds to 8, and the pause time between each segment is reduced from 1 to 0.67. The healing effect of the segment is no longer suspended, and only segments healing effects is affected when multiple segments are covered. Unlock. There's so much to go through. These are little changes with different looks. So if you want to pause at any stage to go through Ice Moon and Flower Snow, these are combinations that we'll have to go through. I'm not going to break down everything, but you can get from the main look, like even taking Mantis, there's so many changes. So you slightly reduce the survivability during the ultimate skill. The upper limit of the additional health provides the soul resonance and adjusts from 100 to 75. Invisible Woman gets a small change. It reduces the frequency of releasing the ultimate skill. The energy required to release Invisible Woman's ultimate skill is increased from 4,000 to 4,300. And I just want to make it clear that that is how quickly you get to that 100%. So what you'll need to do to achieve that ultimate skill, as you know, it would slowly increase, but the more and quicker damage you do, that's how you'll get that ultimate skill. So there is changes to the Strategist. You can see the huge changes to most of the Duelists as well. And then you have the link combinations as well, which I thought was a big one, which I'll break down, is the Gamma Charge. So it reduces the damage ability of Gamma Overrun and reduces the benefits of the Hulk from Link Core. So there's loads of changes in there. So take a look at all of these. I think it's very good that they changed the Hulk's combination with Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and the Hulk. It was a bit overpowered. And then Time Teleport has been changed as well. You'll see the different iterations of each combination that has been changed. So if you have a certain locked character scheme that you play with friends, just make sure that you go through all of this, because there's going to be a massive change through every single character. Their team up abilities are going to be changed across the whole game, and I just think this is absolutely amazing to see all of these changes. The fact that Psylocke, also all the links with Thor, we have links with the Hulk, Doctor Strange, all of these are going to be changed completely and drastically. So a new meta is going to have to be developed, and I think this time they really hit the nail on the head. Like the Power of Light have been changed, Symbiote Bond has been changed, Ice and Snow have been changed. So there's so many to go through that breaking all of this down is just going to cause me to be on this video for the next hour. But do me a favor, head over to XOX Leak, check it all out for yourself. I went through everything that I think was going to be plausible for me and my gameplay, and people who I think on this channel wanted to hear. I'm not going to go through it all in extreme detail. It will be on screen, so feel free to pause at any stage. But guys, that is going to be all for me. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think of these changes when it comes to the second half of season 1? How do you think, obviously, the Thing and Johnny Storm is going to be iterated into this game? Will they fit? Will they get like a little bit more overpowered? Because they've basically reshuffled the whole roster and they've rechanged the game and reshaped the game, which I think is great. But to be able to balance every single character is absolutely huge, because people had got a meta. People were complaining about certain characters. Some are OP, some are just underwhelming. We don't use certain characters because they're just not effective in certain combinations, whether you're solo, duo, or a full team stack. But guys, as I said, that is all from me. Don't forget, hit the like, hit the sub, and get involved in the channel. And I will catch you on the next one.